Scene one, Apple, take one.
What time is it?
You want to get high?
That's right.
You got me smoking, you got me smoking, you got me smoking, smoking, you got me smoking, you got me smoking, you got me smoking, some motherfucking podcast.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome into Oops Caught Me Smoking, and we're doing things a little different today. I do have a little layout format, like kind of switched it up on you guys, but we do have a special guest today. His name is Sonicboone from, actually I gotta pull up the little thing here. Where is it? There you go. Yeah, Sonicboone from Smokebreak Live TV. So he will be joining us today, and also something new. We have a musical guest today. Also, that will be kicking off the later half of the show. And we'll be playing his new single, My 2 Feet, Militant Me. So he'll be on later on in the show. So right before we kick off everything, let's show you guys what I'm smoking on. That's right. We got some Eastside OG terp sugar. I'm going to do a little dab here before my nail lowers up. Some Eastside OG terp sugar, which is 74% THC, 0% CBD. And that's what I'll be smoking on during the show, just to let you guys know. And now we're going to be bringing in our first guest, Sonicboone.
What's good, man? How are you?
What's going on, bro? Good,
hey, man.
Good. How are you?
I really like your production value, man. I like how you have my logo up there, my photo. You didn't even ask me for it, you know? Like that, man. Diligent.
Yeah, so I do get like sometimes like when I'm in like a hurry, like I was today, I was in a hurry to put the show together because I really didn't do anything all week. I kind of slacked off, as we do sometimes. But and I do have some people that get mad at saying, "Hey, why'd you use that picture? You should have asked me for this picture," all that stuff. But I am glad that you are okay with what I did.
Right. We shouldn't have photos out there that we don't want people to use anyway.
That's how I see it too. But that is exactly how I see it. But anyways, take a few minutes to introduce yourself to my audience.
I'll go by the name of Sonicboone TV. You know, people call me Boone, so you know Sonicboone, right? But smokebreaklivedottv, it's a show that we started, Smokebreak Live, 12 years ago. 12 years ago, 2009. 4 of us, we were all radio production majors at Morgan State University in Baltimore. And we started with on the student radio station, and they wouldn't let us do what we wanted to do. So I said, yo, I got all that equipment at home. Fuck them. You know what I mean? So we started rocking out back then. Back then, it was like we were using Ustream and Stickam, right? Wow. And I mean, just to give you an idea of the technology that was available at that time, I had a T-Mobile Dash. That was my phone, right? And then after that, the T-Mobile G2. So we couldn't listen to podcasts and all of that stuff in the car. It wasn't like that. And I just always dreamed of the way things are today, but it took so long to get there, you know? And we got frustrated, you know? And so we took a long hiatus. When this pandemic happened, I saw too many people making money podcasting, doing shit that we was doing 10 years ago.
Yep.
So I had to start it over. So we're back, man. We focus on comedy, cannabis, culture. You know, I love comedians. I just DJ'd a comedy show last night with CJ Burney and comedian Capone, you know, HBO Comic View. And we have comedians on. We definitely talk about cannabis. I gotta start employing some of your methods, man, telling people what we smoking on, man. I really like that right there. That what you dabbing?
Oh yeah, we're working with some concentrate here. It's let me see if I can get it close. I do have my light over here, so if it doesn't work, I am very sorry. But we got some Petro here, straight out of Michigan. That's where I'm located here, Michigan. 100% legal here, statewide. So, and it's 74% THC. So
Wow.
a dab will do you.
Yeah, that will do you.
Like, don't get too like. Don't sit down and play video games and start dabbing on this shit, because your video game will go awry and you will be in the couch eating munchies before you even know it.
Man, I've been experimenting. You know, I don't like to spend a lot of money. I don't like to buy weed off the street no more, like on the corner or anything like that. Like, because you never know what you're gonna get, right? So
Right.
I just started experimenting myself. This is something that I grew myself.
Ooh,
You know.
nice.
So that's what I'm smoking on tonight.
Nice.
Mhm.
Now, are you like Indica, Sativa, or you hybrid all the way, or
I smoke what's available. You know what I'm saying? But
get a lot of that too?
I should smoke sativa more, you know, so because that indica puts you down,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
That's
That's that
correct.
couch weed right there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Indica will have you. Yeah, that shit. In the couch. Indica. That's how
Yep.
you. That's how you remember it.
Yep.
But
look,
yeah.
Listen,
go
you're in Michigan, right?
Correct.
So what was it like when everything went legal?
Ooh, it was like a dream come true, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like from the old days, from going to the sketchy neighborhood, to the sketchy house, to the sketchy person to get your weed, to go into your local dispensary, it's changed the game a lot. You know, it's a lot calmer.
Did
Like
the street weed get stronger now that the dispensaries were open?
You do have your people out there that experiment with genetics, and they've created some bomb ass weed that you will never find in dispensaries.
Mhm.
But for the most part, when you're going to the dispensary, they all get their stuff from like a grow facility.
Right.
So it's like mass produced marijuana. Whereas if you go to like a local grower, you know, or caregiver, as we like to call them.
Caregiver.
Yep. And you get your weed from those guys. It's all like legal through the state and everything. And they put out some bomb ass weed that you will never find in dispensaries. So keep the local people out there, the local growers that aren't like putting in their hand in the dispensaries and all that shit, trying to make like $1 million. Their weed is. But yeah, I do like my dispensary weed too. I do go to the dispensary quite often. It's convenient, and you're going to be paying for it, but you do get some good weed there too.
I'll tell you, I'm on the East Coast. You know, I'm in Maryland, right? And they have medicinal. You can get a medical card and all of that. When they first started it, I used to call it government weed, right? Because it's like it didn't matter what strain or flavor I picked. It's like it smelled one way and it all smoked the same, right? That has changed. It has improved, I must say. But I don't like to go on the street, especially in the city of Baltimore anymore, because they're doing this thing, putting fentanyl on weed.
Fentanyl, huh?
Yeah, man. The city's a hard city.
Yeah, that's another good thing about dispensaries is that it's 100% safe. It's not laced with anything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another good thing about it. It's all lab tested. So
the only thing, the first time I went to a dispensary and just seen like the in and out business, I was just like, I remember running from police because I had weed. Now it's just everywhere. Like,
yep,
it's strange.
Yep, it's everywhere now. Yeah, I have had my run-ins with the law. Luckily, I've never been charged with anything. I've run into some cool cops, I guess. And I've never been charged with anything, but I did have my run-ins with the law, and they have found weed on me. And that you get that heartbeat. That heartbeat gets going. And even that it's legal now, when a cop gets behind you and you have your legal amount of marijuana in your legal compartments in your car, you still, from the old days, it kicks up a beat. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, so you said legal compartments?
Yes.
Right. So, is it like carrying a legal concealed weapon in your vehicle? Is a certain way you have to have your car when you're weeding when you transport?
It can't be within arm's reach of you if you're driving.
Wow.
Yeah. It has to be in the trunk or in like a compartment, like in the back seat or something that's locked. So I just throw my weed in the trunk.
Wow. I didn't.
Yep.
That's the first stipulation like that I've heard.
Yep. It's supposed to be locked in your trunk.
That's dope.
But you're allowed to carry up to 2 ounces on you. So.
All right. It evens out. You know what I'm saying? I think I have 2 ounces on you.
Putting it in the trunk isn't really that bad if you're allowed to carry that much.
Right. Nope.
So I guess, yeah. So so Maryland's just medical, am I correct?
Yeah, man. Maryland drags his feet. You know, New York is legal now. Like New Jersey is legal now. You know, yeah. You know, my family's from Jersey. You know, I finished high school in Newark, New Jersey. My worst encounter I had. You said you've had cops, accost you with marijuana on you, right? My worst encounter. They had this thing called the gravy train, where it's like police cars unmarked back to back, like bumper to bumper, and they'll just go through the red light. You know, you'll be coming through your green light to a screeching halt, and they're just in a train of cars, and they're just looking for guns. They're looking for guns. If you outside, they're gonna run up on you and they're gonna tap you down, no questions asked. You know, so if you don't have no guns, you good, right? So I had a nice sizable amount of weed in my pocket, and as he's patting me down, he puts his hand in my pocket and he squeezes the weed, like he just squeezes the weed and shit. And then he puts it back in my pocket, so get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So all cops aren't bad.
Yeah, I've had to smash mine into the sidewalk a couple of times.
Oh,
that's it. But that is it. But anyways, we do have another guest waiting backstage to come on, our musical guest. If you're more than welcome to hang out if you want.
Yeah, man. I want to hear it.
All right, hell yeah. So without further ado, the musical guest with my 2 feet, Militant Me.
I've been afraid of the things in my mind, the static noises, manic voices, and I just can't sleep at night. I just can't sleep at night. Or forget these nightmares and demons. These brutal images are planted inside of my head. Inside of my head. Well, here I go. This is me, holding my own ground, up on my 2 feet. You'll never know what I perceive. The lenses are punched out, with my own eyes I see. So watch me. So when it's wrong, I've been suppressed and scared for so long. My thoughts become dead, holding on, gripping and scathing, unmasking the feeling, betraying my faith as all gone. You see the path of my head, betraying demons, thirsty leeches will all suck me dry. If I lie to myself anymore, I can't lie anymore. Here I go. This is it. Holding my own ground, up on my 2 feet. You'll never know what I perceive. The lenses are punched out, my own eyes I see. So watch me. You said you knew what love was. You said just trust and believe. You said I needed faith too. You said I couldn't see. You said you knew what love was. You said just trust and believe. You said I needed faith too. I say, well, here I go. This is it. Holding my own ground,
Hell yeah! Welcome to the show.
Thanks
Hell
for
of a
having me,
song,
guys.
bro. Yeah, hell of a song.
Thank you. Appreciate being here.
Yeah. So tell us about yourself. Where are you from? And yeah, what got you started into music?
So I've been into music pretty much my entire life. When I was 13, 12 years old, somewhere around there, I bought Linkin Park's first album, Hybrid Theory, for the first time. Like I'm pretty sure all of us did when we were young.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was that age, I had two goals in life, and that was to be in the military and to be a rock star. And everybody was like, well, you got to pick one. You can't do both. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, so I've been in the Marine Corps for the last 14 years, and I've been doing music, I guess you could say full-time, half-time, you know, because I'm also doing the military full-time. But I've been doing music for the past 3 years, seriously. I was in a bunch of bands when I was younger and stuff. In fact, I think we have a mutual friend. I used to be in a band with him back when I was a teenager. But yeah, I started taking it seriously and doing my own thing as Militant Me the last 3 years, and that's kind of where I've started having momentum and success. So yeah, that's
awesome.
It's a little bit of me and who I am. So
awesome. Well, thank you for your service first and foremost.
I appreciate that.
Yep. And like I said, the song was amazing. I heard the song and I was like, I gotta have this guy on the show. So so thank you for coming on and spending a little bit of time out of your day with us. Well, Sonicboone, what did you think of the song?
Yo, I like the song. I like the song. I'm gonna just be honest. This is not something that I would have listened to by myself. Right?
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
I did like it. And one thing I really liked about it, the mix was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks,
right?
man.
Like on the technically, right? And did you play these instruments?
Yeah, all those instruments are self-recorded. So I've got a producer that I work with, but usually the way it works is I record everything in my own home studio, and then I email him the mixes and the tracks, and he mixes them, makes them sound pretty, and then sends it back to me. And then I've got a distributing company I work through that shoots it up through all the on the all streaming platforms and everything like that. I make my own lyric videos though, do all my own self-promotion, and yeah, it's been an experience. It's been a lot of learning and growth, because sure as you guys know, like just like with podcasting and anything, trying to take your own personal project and take it from one point to another, it's a journey and it requires nonstop hustle. You know what I mean?
That is correct.
When you said that you military or music, the first picture that I got in my mind was Henry Rollins for some reason.
Yeah. Dude, I have mad respect for Henry Rollins.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, what people, sort of artists have you collaborated with, sir?
So I've had the rare opportunity to collaborate with quite a few artists, a lot of bands that like I even grew up listening to a lot when I was younger. So my big first collaboration that I did was with a band called The Animal and Me. They're on Spotify. They've got, close to like 400, 500,000 monthly listeners. And I've been listening to them since I was 13. They're like a metalcore band. So first collaboration I did was with them, and that was 2 years back, and got them on the track. I was really excited, so I was kind of, I guess, shy to the because I was late to the Instagram game. I was late to the social media game just because, like, I'm in my 30s right now. Been in the military for forever, and like I always kind of had this like attitude towards social media. It was like, oh, I'm too good for that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why I thought that. I had no reason or right to think that, but I was always like, yeah, that's not for me. That's for like kids. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but so I only didn't even have social media until like 3 years ago when I actually kicked this thing off. But I was following a lot of these artists, and I was seeing post stuff, and I realized, dude, this is like, it's them posting this stuff. It's them and their stories. Like, I'm just gonna email them. I'm just gonna send them a message and say what's up. And so I did that with this band and sent them a track that I was working on. Asked if they wanted to collaborate on it. It was called "Escaping God" was the name of the track, and they got back within 24 hours, and they said, "Yeah, let's do it." And I was shocked. I was because it was one of my favorite bands, so
right.
Caught it by surprise. And then I was like, well, I'm just gonna keep getting more people, So I got a guy named Nick Nocturnal, who's a famous YouTube guitarist. He's got about 500,000 followers on YouTube. Does a lot of like metalcore, that kind of stuff. So I got him on a song. I got him on 2 songs actually. There's a song upcoming on my album that he's also gonna be on. So I got him on a song, and then I got this guy named goes by the title The Marine Rapper. He's also pretty big on Instagram. He's had several songs go on the top 10 on the Billboard charts. He released a song earlier this year called The Patriot. It was #1 in the rap game for like 2 weeks straight. So I collaborated with him, and then I've also collaborated with artists like Ryo Kinoshita from Crystal Lake, Jeremy Tallis from Famous Last Words.
Nice.
And then with a couple of my tracks, they've been mixed and produced by the band New Year's Day. So again, all these guys, like, they're in the metalcore scene, that genre. But it's been a cool journey because it's given me the opportunity to meet a lot of people that I don't think I ever would have met and worked with otherwise, and a lot of people that I look up to. So it's been fun. And all I had to do was ask. So,
Right. Yeah, you'd be surprised what a cold email does.
yeah.
So, a lot of success have come from cold emails.
Yep. Cold emails. And then also, like, I always try to, I don't want to just ever be that guy who's like just blowing up people's DMs and it's just kind of annoying or whatever. Because I'm pretty sure we've all had people just like out of nowhere just hit our DMs and you're like, who is this guy? Who is this tool? You know what I mean? But so usually what I do to get a lot of these collaborations is I'll follow their profiles on Instagram, and I interact with every single post because I know that, like, interacting with their posts and giving them nice comments, and also genuine, you know what I mean. But it does stuff for their content to help boost it. So if you're the guy who's always got something nice to say, they eventually pick up on that. So when you then do reach out and approach them, they're like, hey, it's that guy, who's always saying nice things. So that's
exactly.
That's kind of how I try to approach it. So
yeah, nothing loses followers more than being a dick. So, so
Unless that's how you got your following.
Yeah, unless that's what you're famous for.
Yeah,
like Andrew Dice Clay, just a complete trash comedian, but somewhat famous.
Yeah, you can definitely get some fame for being a shit poster, but like that's hard to do when you're small because then you just come off as a douchebag,
Yeah.
It's just like, who's this prick that like nobody listens to who's just being mean to everybody? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly. So
I had a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
When did you start playing instruments? Is this something that you have? Were you in a school band? Did you have a school? Did you carry a guitar to school?
No. So this is kind of funny and actually a little bit embarrassing, I guess. But I was homeschooled all through high school years and everything like that. So never went to high school. Started college when I was pretty young. I started college when I was like 16. But I started playing instruments when I was 13 years old because, again, I was listening to bands like Linkin Park and Edema and Korn, and then I got into like the punk pop and emo stuff and, like everything from Sum 41 to My Chemical Romance and everything in between. And, I just always wanted to play guitar. Like I said, I always wanted to be a rock star, but there's also that part of me that also always wanted to be in the military. And so, I was all self-taught with all the instruments and everything like that. I took like a couple of lessons from my dad, who used to be a professional jazz musician, but he wasn't too interested in teaching me how to play rock and metal. So it didn't last very long in terms of lessons. And for me, it was just looking stuff up on the internet and, trying to figure out how to play stuff and looking up techniques. And just that's kind of how I got my start with it.
That's pretty nice, man. Self-taught.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now that not a lot of musicians are self-taught out there.
Yeah,
but a lot of successful ones, it comes from the heart.
Exactly.
But it's one question I wanted to ask you. If I want your fantasy concert here. If you could collaborate with anybody you want and play at any venue, where and who?
Oh, geez, man. Well, I mean, like if I could collaborate, the one person I really want to collaborate with is Chester Bennington from Linkin Park, but God rest his soul, no longer with us, died 4 years ago. But man, in terms of location, I don't know. I know everyone wants to go to like the Rose Garden or whatever, but like I was born in California and spent a lot of my life in California. Like this, I've always wanted to play at the Staples Center. Yeah, but if I could play with like one band that's still living, it'd probably be a Avenged Sevenfold. They were a huge influence for me during my teenage years. So, love those guys. So if I could play with anyone, anywhere, it'd be Avenged Sevenfold at Staples Center.
That would be amazing. If that ever happens, hook your boy up with some tickets.
Yeah, I'll get you, man. I'll get you.
But all right, guys, I'll kind of run it out a little bit of time here. I do want to thank both of you for coming on to the show. I'm gonna say my little piece, and then actually just go ahead and we're gonna start with Chandler here, and go ahead and give out your shout outs and tell people where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me at just Militant Me, anywhere on Facebook, anywhere Instagram at Militant Me. I'm also on Twitch. I do a lot of streaming there. So, you know, twitch.tv/Militant Me. Just look me up. You can find me on Spotify. I just barely released my new single, My 2 Feet. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, anywhere music is sold or streamed. And I'll have a full album drop in next month. So that's my piece.
Awesome. And what's the name of the album? Sorry for people that didn't catch it.
Yeah, the name of the album is going to be Faith Crisis.
Nice. So releasing next month. All right. Thank you, sir, for coming on the show and dropping that single for us.
Yeah,
and everyone, follow, go to YouTube, follow, subscribe, like this man. He needs it. All right, Sonicboone, go ahead and tell these people where to find you.
You can follow me at Sonicboone TV. That's Sonic BOONE TV on Instagram. Also, smokebreaklivedottv on Instagram. We on Facebook, Twitch, IG, and YouTube every Wednesday night, 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern. Comedy, cannabis, and culture. You know, come smoke with your boy.
That's right. And I want to thank you guys for clicking that play button as always. And I hope you like the new format. It's the first time doing it, so we didn't go live. I do plan on going live a lot. So stay tuned for that. So in the meantime, I love you guys. Stay up. Peace.
Scene 1, Apple, take 1.
You wanna get high? That's right.
Smoking, you got me 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 smoking. It's a motherfucking podcast.